Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, Crypto Chick Nicole. We are going to be talking about the platform COINBASE, also known as COINBASE.com, and this is one of the most popular US platforms to use because it's one of the few that goes from fiat currency, which is US dollars in this case, into cryptocurrencies. There are multiple platforms from around the world and they're great for trading, but a lot of them don't have this ability to go from US dollars into crypto. So this is why I've chosen COINBASE.com. And so first thing I'm going to mention is that my cursor seems to be off. I'm circling the word Google right now very tightly around the word, and as you probably noticed, it may be off-centered. So keep that in mind when I'm pointing to things. I may not actually be pointing to them in the video. So, without further ado, let's get going. I'm going to first search for Coinbase on my search engine. I'm using Google Chrome. You can use any browser of your choice. And you should see this site right here. I'm going to first mention that in the top left, you see this lock, and it's in green. I click on it and I'm confirming that my connection is secure. This is very important because there's a lot of phishing going on lately. And you just want to make sure that you're actually on the correct website. So that's one way to double check and make sure you're good to go. And then you should do that for every single browser or every single platform you go to. So we're gonna sign up or pretend to sign up because it's your first time going through this. First name, let's go Bob Smith. I'm making this up as I go. bobsmith@gmail.com, my password, and let's go Michigan. I'm not a robot. Certify your age. And sorry, Bob Smith, if you're from Michigan, then I'm just making this up. This is not actually for you. You would hit create account and create your account that way. I'm of course just going to sign in. I'm not going to pretend to be someone who I'm not. And you should come to this screen right here. So first, a couple things I'm going to point out is that there's 5 main tabs up on the top. You've got dashboard, buy and sell, accounts, tools, and settings. And then the next thing to note is that there are 4 main cryptocurrencies available on Coinbase, this exchange. You've got Bitcoin, Bitcoin Cash, Ethereum, and Litecoin. If you are interested in purchasing other coins, that's great, but you do have to, for the most part, go through one of these 4 coins and then send it to another exchange to get the coin that you want. So this is still relevant information. So we have it currently clicked on Bitcoin, and we are looking at the monthly view. These tabs on the right here, you can look at the hourly, the daily, the weekly, monthly, yearly, and of all time. And you can do this for each of the 4 coins. Note that they are color-coded. So that's kind of cool and very easy to use. So you can go in and play around. Let's say I want to look at Litecoin the past couple days and the past day, and I can see what Litecoin has done. And right here it gives you the USD price. So Litecoin is currently priced at $165.47. The price that it's changed, I have it in the daily view, keep this in mind. Since yesterday, it has dropped $13 and, well, just changed to 15 cents. And then it gives that same US dollar price as a percentage since yesterday. And as you click through, it will change and adjust for whatever time frame you're looking at. Down below, you have your portfolio. These are your wallets. There are 5 here of money that you may currently have on this exchange. I currently do not have any money on Coinbase, which is why I'm not really afraid to show it off. I move all my money to hardware wallets or just off of this exchange in general. So on the right, you can see your recent activity. I will add that in your portfolio that if you had 3 Bitcoin, for example, the number 3 would show up here, and then the number underneath is the US dollar amount. So Bitcoin is priced at about $10,000. So if you had 3 Bitcoin here, you'd have 30,000, the number around 30,000 underneath. So it's a good way to kind of keep track of what's in your wallet and how much it's worth in US dollars. It's very easy, very convenient. The next tab is the buy and sell tab. I have it, again, you have these 4 options. Bitcoin, Bitcoin Cash, Ethereum, and Litecoin. Make sure you're on this buy tab. There is a sell tab right here, so make sure that you are clicked on the buy if you are looking to purchase. Your payment method, you're going to have to input this in your settings, but I already have it in, of course. So I have 3 different payment methods. I have my bank account and 2 other credit cards that I've used. And so you click on whichever one you would like to use to purchase your coins. In this case, I have it clicked on my bank account. Notice that there's limits. So you have a weekly limit on Coinbase, and Coinbase essentially says if you've been a good customer to them, they will increase your limit. And so some of the ways they will do that is if you give them more information. Let's say you give them your driver's license number, or sometimes maybe you made a big purchase of that $5,000, that will increase your limit. And the other way to increase your limit is just simply have your account open for a number of days. And it sucks when you first start because maybe you're ready to go and you want to make a big purchase, but then you're held back from these limits. And so it's causing this kind of bottleneck effect to all of crypto, because especially in the US, it's really hard to get your US dollars into these cryptos. But nonetheless, you kind of have to deal with it. There's not a lot of loopholes through it. So right now I have that $25,000 limit. It's not really affecting me much anymore. But if you were looking to buy Bitcoin right now, for example, keeping in mind the limit, let's say I wanted to purchase 2 Bitcoin. There are a couple different ways you can do it, but the easiest way is if I want a whole number of Bitcoin, I'll just hit the number 2 into the Bitcoin. It'll automatically convert into US dollars. On the right here, it shows your transaction, and Coinbase does take a nice hefty fee for making this transaction for you. Keep that in mind. The other way is if maybe I don't know how many Bitcoin I want, but let's say I don't want to put any more than $20,000 in, I can put 20,000 on the left, and it'll convert it to the amount of Bitcoin, also taking into consideration that fee. So if I only want to spend $20,000, which is just quite a bit of money for someone like me, it would convert the amount of Bitcoin I would get for that purchase. You hit buy instantly. Don't worry, there's a confirmation page, which is why I didn't mind clicking on that. And confirm your transaction, and it says 3 business days. It's usually faster if you're trying to purchase with a credit card. It's I think you receive it in 1 day, but just keep in mind if you do it with a bank account, it will take a little longer. So I'm going to cancel this because I'm not going to actually buy $20,000 worth of Bitcoin. The next tab is accounts. So there are actually 5. There's a scrolly wheel. 5 wallets, and again you can see how much money you have in each wallet from what you purchased, and your transaction history is on the right. It's kind of neat to keep track. Tools, I don't use the address as much or reoccurring transactions, but it's in there. But one thing neat in tools is your history, so you've got a record of all your transactions from all your wallets on there, which is going to be really helpful when it comes to taxes, especially with this download history button on the right here. I think it's just going to make it a lot smoother instead of trying to track this all by hand. Then we go into settings. You've got your profile settings, and you can scroll down and go in and change your personal information. I won't show that on here because I don't want to give that away too much. Preferences, you can put in US dollars and then your time zone that you're in. And then I like this down here. I like to get emails when when I send or receive digital currencies on this exchange or any other little things. I like to keep track of everything. So I have these checked off. Maybe it annoys you if you're buying and selling too much. So that's a personal preference. Security, I have my phone number in, backed up. I also have this 2-factor authentication. If you know what this means, it's essentially a second password to your original, and it's another layer of security that I think everyone should have on. It's essentially, all it is an app. I use Google Authentication, so it's an app I download at the Play Store on my phone, and when I go into the app, it generates a random I think it's 6-letter or 6-letter, or I guess it's numbers, 6-numbered passcode that randomly generates every minute. And so it's only on your phone, only on your own personal Google Authenticator. And so it's just an extra layer of protection. So I have it on any amount of digital currency. It's the most secure. So anytime I send or receive currency on Coinbase, I have that Google Authenticator kicking in. Definitely recommend you do that. Linked accounts, this is where you're going to add your bank account information. So you hit link a new account, and I don't think there's a limit on how many you can have, so I have 3 currently, but it's a good way to add your credit cards or bank or whatever payment method you plan on using. API access, I don't really use this, it's just widgets. Limits, this is pretty important. This is where you can potentially increase your limits. If you look at mine, I currently have my US dollar wallet and my bank account limits maxed out, but underneath my credit debit card limit, to increase it, all I have to do is wait 19 days. Do know that when I first started off, these amounts were much smaller, and I did have to add my driver's license and make bigger purchases for these limits to go up. So it's just kind of how the system works, and you have to work your way into it, but it does get better, and these limits do increase. You just got to be patient sometimes. Other than that, I think that's pretty much the majority of what Coinbase has to offer. I think it's a pretty user-friendly exchange. I hope this video helped out those who maybe have a little more difficult time with the tech side of things. I love your questions. I love your comments. Please give me any feedback that you have, and I hope to continue making these videos for those who maybe just don't have as much experience using the internet or in cryptocurrency space, in the crypto space either. So with that, I think I'm gonna head out. So best of luck, and let me know what you think. Have a good day, guys. Bye.